It's Mary Magdalene that inspires our daily mission. What does Jesus want from us today? Well, in John chapter 20 and verse 1, we read, "Early on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb and saw that the stone had been removed from the tomb." Early on the first Easter morning, when Mary Magdalene awoke, she felt the terrible shock we do when the death of someone close is still so fresh that we have to realize it again, to tell ourselves again the bad news and make ourselves believe it. Some people respond to grief this way, determined to keep going, do the daily task of life, fold the towels, load the dishwasher, weed the flower bed, take a walk, go and visit the cemetery. We get up and move because we must, because we fear that if we do not, we may never move again. We get up and do something, anything, because anything is better than nothing. Mary Magdalene got up and went to the tomb. She went there because she was a disciple. She may not appear on the list of the 12, all men, but she appears in each of the 4 Gospels in combination with various other women, and in John's Gospel, all alone. Every version of the resurrection story tells us that Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early on the first day of the week, which is on Sunday, by the way. In John's Gospel, Mary is the first witness that Jesus' body is not there. She carried the message to the disciples, convincing them that they needed to come and see what had happened. When the disciples left the tomb, Mary stayed and wept. And then she saw the angels. Again, the number and description vary among the Gospels, but she always meets the transcendent delegation. Then she saw a man and spoke to him, supposing him to be the gardener. And he spoke to her, asking why she wept. But he had to do more than speak for her to recognize who he was. When he said her name, Mary knew her Lord. Do you wonder why Jesus chose to speak to Mary Magdalene? He knew her faithful heart, trusted her above the other disciples to believe the impossible, to comprehend all that he had been speaking about just in the past few days. Mary reached out to Jesus, her Lord, but when Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me," Mary did not argue. They met at an in-between moment when night touches day. Jesus was between 2 states, and so was Mary. The Jesus of Friday had died, and the Christ of heaven had not yet ascended. Mary Magdalene, the grieving follower, had only a moment to kneel before him, a moment to be transformed into Mary Magdalene, the first evangelist. Jesus knew how well equipped Mary was to spread the word, determined and convinced and faithful. "I have seen the Lord," she told the disciples, and they told others. And they went and told others, and so on until one day someone told us, told you, and told me. It may be good news we have always known, told so long ago, we cannot even remember when, or it may have come as a gift when we needed it desperately, a word of hope at the end of a long night. And now it has become our work to let the world know Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Go and spread the word. This is good news. Amen.